Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about GM food should be labeled. Today, I want to discuss with you guys a serious problem which I have been noticed for a long time. Let's start by a question. You can look at these pictures. There are two plates of food in front of you. One is labeled natural and another is genetic modified. Which one would you choose? You may never think about that before since you have never faced this situation. However, according to the article published on FDA's Consumer Updates in 2013, some 88% of corn and 93% of soybeans grown in the United States in 2012 were genetically modified. Actually, we are in the situation every day. We just don't need to choose, or we may say, we just don't have the right to know and to choose. Today, I want to discuss with you something about GM foods, and I believe GM foods should be labeled clearly, and we should have the right to choose what we want. Firstly, let's share some basic information about GM foods. Genetic modified foods. According to FDA, genetically modified foods are foods produced from organisms that have had specific changes introduced into their DNA using the method of genetic engineering. GM foods were first put on the market in the early 1990s. The most common modified foods are derived from plants, soybeans, corn. Whenever a new thing is created, its safety is an important issue. People have never stopped arguing the safety of GM food since its birth. It is almost 2 decades since genetic modified crops have been grown on a commercial scale. But still the question remains, are they safe to eat? Monsanto, which is believed to be the company that would feed the world holds a positive attitude toward GM food safety. They announced that plants and crops with GM traits have been tested more than any other crops, and no credible evidence of harm to humans or animals have been found. However, different voices exist as well. An article published on the New Internationalist in 2012 by Vanessa Bright points out that nobody kills, and environmental organizations, including many scientists, are not convinced. Therefore, in my opinion, GM food should be labeled clearly, and we should have the right to choose what we want. As a survey published on the Journal of Consumer Affairs in 2008 by Soja Radas and his team noted, 23% of them believe that they have never eaten any GM foods since there's no identically sign on them. For customers, the only way they can recognize something was made of GM foods is through its packing. Thus, there should be signs on those products made of GM materials, just like this one. What's more, the Benjamin Secure notice on the magazine of Food, Farm and Resource Issues in 2013, the labeling of GM foods confirmed the principle of the consumer's right to know. If people don't want GM foods, they shouldn't have to, regardless whether the reasons are rational or not. Thus, after sharing the basic information about GM foods, the different opinions about its safety, and the reason of labeling GM foods, what's your opinion? Do you remember the question I posted in the beginning at the pictures? Yeah, the images. There are 2 plates of food in front of you. One is labeled natural, and another is genetically modified. Which one would you to choose? I prefer the former, and I ask and I ask for my right to choose. Everybody, it's high time to care about the issue concerning the food we eat every day. Let's start from care about GM foods. Let's start from choosing food labeled natural, and let's start asking the government to label GM food. Thank you.